folks, welcome back to TIMBERBORN, and it's been almost 2 weeks since I loaded this save up, so we need to remember what we're up to. Putting the canola farm in is what we're up to. We actually seem to have canola appearing, which is awesome. I think the thing that we wanted to do was separating off the new district, because we've got canola now, we've got extract, which means we can, well, the extract means we can breed up here. The canola means we can make canola oil. We have a press, which means we can build the food factory, which means we can make our algae rations, which means hopefully we can make enough food to be self-sufficient. So let's put in the food factory, and then we will separate things off. And I'm thinking about here, and that way we keep all of this storage, which is probably going to be useful. Yeah. So let's do that. District management, hauling post, no. Builder's hut, no. District crossing, yes. Bosh. Why does it say entrance blocked? Because it can't be a one of them. By one of them, I mean tubeway. So what we need to do, put tiny tubeway station, path, and then we'd go district crossings there. But what we'll do initially is path edge, so they can build those. Yes. I guess maybe what we'll do while they're working that out is that to resolve the unhappiness. So why was it such a long gap? Well, two reasons. There are often two parts to stories on here. Part one is I got ill. Part two is we have started a Leaf Codes series, and by we I mean me. Creator we. No, there is no we coming out. You weirdo. Yeah, so, which is a lot of fun. It's a very cool faction. I did debate doing a second video on there so we could make progress, but I thought we should come back here. So we have, because we could do with making progress on here as well. The game seems to be against us making progress because everything's running a bit clunkily. But anywho, yeah, so that's why there was a bit of a gap. Why are you saying, because there's no district center over here, is there? We can resolve this by putting in a district center and calling this, I'm not sure. For now, we're going to be really lazy and just call it Sky City. And then if I unpause it, it's going to say there are no haulers. So we want a hauling post up here. And if we go in to migrate population, actually what we want to do is click on there. Are short 31 workers. That. Bring in 31 workers. Mr. Bobbing About is there. Right, what we want to do then is manage distribution. Nope, 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 no, 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 no. So initially I've set everything to no. And we're going to do the same on export. Get 4 beavers in doing building. That probably leaves us a bit short. So bring a couple more over. We got a couple of breeding pods, which is hopefully enough to keep the population sustained. We do with them coming over and watering these. Have water, have full stocks, so not sure why it's whinging. Probably we're going to have issues with supplies for building, so we will work out what we actually want to import shortly. This district isn't going to have a lot of stuff, so I've got the Timprove UI mod active from t'other save, so we're seeing lots of zeros in here, but that's fine. We have some logs, we have some planks, so we can get this built, which is good. This has got everything it needs, so they can get that finished in the morning. Food-wise, obviously they brought a bunch of stuff in, but predominantly we're going to be living on the supplies off of this stuff. That's the intent. We will need more beavers soon. We no longer have the production management mod installed because of all the issues it was giving me, so she completely removed it. So will I have more beavers sat about doing nothing? So that is a thing. We do have some charging, so we could bring in some bots as well. That is an option. Run at triple speed. Do we have storage in this district for algae rations? I don't think we do, but we have a little spot there, so we could do that, and we could make those algae. No, that was eggplant. Algae rations. Algae. We would say algae. Anyway, let's bring in a few more beavers. Let's take it up to an even 40. Got a couple spare, so we've got some haulers now. And I think we'll just see if this does its thing. And we'll try and keep an eye on them and check they don't die, essentially. Yeah, these guys, you probably don't actually need that many in there because they're not really doing anything. Okay, that's that taken care of. If we go over to the main district, now. We are short some bots and some beavers because of the things that we did. Last time, we did increase our bot production abilities. So that should get resolved, assuming we have enough power, which we do. So that's good. There was the question as to why I put this wheel this way. I just think it kind of fits better in the shape there. It would possibly fit across there. I'm kind of assuming that it doesn't really matter in terms of power generation. So, yeah. So that should resolve itself. We've got our new forest here, which we are waiting to sort itself out. We are pretty okay for water. We could start doing stuff with the power. Now I'm just wondering over here. We are borderline for power. So Greece is not running. That is because we are out of canola seeds. So we did a little bit of canola planting, but I think it looks to me like we could do with a significant increase in our canola production. Where would be a good place to make that? The other thing we could do with is improving our water supply for the fancy beavers. How are the fancy beavers? I guess would be another good question. Fancy beavers are pretty darn happy. But yeah, we could do with improving their water supply. And what we said we would do is consider using a pump. We have oodles of power. So I think what we could look at doing is coming off here and down here. So that's what we'll do. So, couple of things to look at action. No reason not to chop all of these trees down. So something I have learned, actually, we were all a little bit confused. Well, I was a little bit confused why trees were getting cut down that weren't marked, particularly when we were putting in tubeways. It's because the cut dead trees mod will cut trees without them being marked, as we're seeing here. Yeah, we'll start getting those cleared out, and while we're doing that, we will look for a canola farming spot, and I'm a little bit tempted to come up to one of these places. Maybe. Could knock that corner back and put it in there. We've got access here. Tubeway, couldn't we? Some more hydration in. Be awful. probably actually really what we'll do is we'll come up here. Do it in one big hit. Do I take that corner off as well? Square. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. I think we do. Might need more pathage to come around here. We're looking at something like that. Up here, we're looking at something like that. Colour in the rest of that. What are we doing for spots now? It's not short of them, so that's good. Where was I? Where am I? What were we doing? Ah, yes. Do a bit more work there. What we're going to need to do is coming. So if I come down, I need to come down 2. Really, we're aiming for kind of anywhere along there, really, so we can just run along the path, to be honest. Yeah, that'll do. Again, that'll make a start on that. Right, let's go back over here. A nice field of dreams, I mean dynamite. That in there. Looks good, and so that can be detonated. It's H, not J for boom. Obviously. Why would you ever think it's J for boom? I don't know. Clearly slightly stupid. Then what we want to do is pause. Come in here. Go from about there. 10, 12, 13. What's here? 10, 11, 12, 13. I think that's a 3x3 space. 2, 3, yep. So if we let that come in. Yep. So I think if we put something in about there, I'm going to do it deeper just because I like to, don't have to, I know that. That should let us irrigate that whole area. Could move out a little bit. Could come out here, maybe. That. Bit of me wants to try and do something a little bit silly. Let's get it built first. Where have we got a tubeway? There. Bit of me wants to try something a little bit silly with this. And then maybe extend this as well. But first, go across there. Go there. Go there. Okay. Farmhouse. Now I need to ponder. So, wait. Vertical tube way there. Way there, there, and there. Oh, no, we need to double that. There. There. Oh, on there, maybe not actually. What we want to try and achieve. Possibly stupidity. Sometimes stupidity and greatness are confused. Now, I'm not saying which this is just yet. That's the same height, so maybe that needs to go down one. That goes there. That goes there. As always, I have not planned this. I know you wouldn't expect any less of me. There. Path there. There. So we can put storage water there. Farmhouse there. Very nearly. Maybe we don't have water there. Maybe that there. That there. That. Tiny tubeway station. Tubeway in the top. Path. There. 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 No. Storage. There. Okay. So that can go away. Bosh. Bosh. So once that's built, we can then delete that little bit of path. I know it's stupid and excessive just to delete a few tiles of path, but it's also interesting and I like fun challenges, and that was a fun little design challenge. So there. Above. Well, that's interesting. 2 point something like that. Unpause below. Something like that. Oh, we got yeah, that one in there. Plant crops, canola. We'll tell them to plant it all now, and as soon as they can, they will, hopefully. Right. That's that fun little job done. So I think you can probably go. We're going to need 2 double dynamite key. I'm going to go for the platform. Wait, no. Platform and path tunnel. Yes. Until we are 1 short of the side. Yeah. That's where we're going to want to pump water up from, or bad water up from. Assuming we have enough depth. Put that into the path. That'll be good. Let's go check on these guys. Oh, they're not dying. So, berries are an issue. No one pointed out that berries would be an issue, did you? So, food is holding up. But we need more farmland. Or more land. So what we'll do is we'll come off the back of this. As we said we could. That'll let us do that, which will let us do that, and then we can do a bit more. Yeah, job's good. So we actually have 360 dirt, so that might be enough to do that. I guess we'll find out. Let them get to work doing their thing. We actually have some spare bots now, which is nice, and beavers, so all the jobs are filled, which is good. The canola's going in, which is also good, and this is getting sorted. Which is equally good. I am pondering another, so we can pump this out now. 24 days left, 81 days worth of water. I am pondering another canola farm, maybe over this side. We'll see how the first one goes. How are they getting on with our tunneling? And then once they've tunneled, them to double dynamite. So we're going to need to delete the supporting platform. Do it this way, that will get kicked out to the front, which is obviously better. They're getting dirt built, which is also cool. We're going to need berries pretty soon. Maybe temporarily we bring some in, or we just see if we can get some grown quick enough. The other alternative is we import beavers. It depends what we want to import. We are going to need to come up here. We have access already, so there. I don't know if I've got a depth of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not sure it's gonna reach in 1. Guess we'll find out. We got that connected up yet over here? Okay. Getting there. I mean, we can get rid of this janky little path thingy, which will be good. Reach for boom. And that's down to there. So that was 6. Plus that is 7. Yeah. Not convinced it's going to reach. We might need a second pump. Might be a 2-stage operation. But I guess we'll find out. Because that gets us to that level, and then we need to put in double dynamite. Come on. Wait, no, because I need to delete all of these. That's why you don't want to let me. Such an uncooperative game. Bosh, 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 bosh. All of those placed. Delete all of that. We are going to need a power connection, and it seems kind of obvious that bringing it up from there would be sensible. That in a moment. In a momento, por favor. So that's done. Now let's H for boom that. that's there. So if I did put a deep mechanical fluid pump there, filter, does it? Oh, that's so close. That is so annoying. I think we can do that within the thing. So, right. Such a technical description. I know what I mean. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down there. Come there. There. Oh, those trees are in the way. It's so annoying. So let's eat you. Come down there. There. Also, what I'm thinking do to make up that shortfall is we dam in here and put a deep water pump in here to just lift it over the top. Is my thought. Couldn't see me doing the hand actions, could you? No, you couldn't. So we can't actually then get to the level that we want to be at. We can, once that's gone, we can, because we can put a platform in. Come on. It's a process, as they say. So that's hooked up now, I believe. Yep. So we can. And that should still be hooked up. Yep. And then we can do planting canola. Awesome. Right, back over here. What I want to do is put in platform. And we can go under the platform as well. And we can come out here. Throw out a bunch of these dead, crappy trees. Take out you. A triple dynamite. There. Do stack our vertical power shafts there. Feed power into that. Yes, he's going to need some more construction to be able to build it. That, because I think there's a power. Yep. Let's delete that path now. All of that much of that path right there. brings us up through there to there. Awesome. I think I'm going to put those there. That should let them build all of that. Let's actually, rather than have that one filter, we'll set it to be water that it pumps. What we'll do is we'll come here. But we could do it all the way down here, couldn't we? Yeah. Let's swap that to be one of those. That there. That there. Gonna do is block that off. Yeah. Mechanical fluid pump. Set that to filter. That up. Have the slight issue that this is full of bad water, but we can address that. Base. We have water. Bad water pump. Bosh. Bosh. Throw in a couple bots. Knew that was going to happen. Oh, there we go. So that one won't pump now. I guess we could set that to filter water and do that. But that won't pump until we've deepened the water a little bit. So this one will now only pump in clean water. That there. This will, if we set that to only pump bad water initially, that'll help with the cleaning process. And probably, yeah, this end's going to end up clean, this end will end up filtered. But the reason I put it this far down is because then we'll end up with this hydrating and it'll look nicer. That's what I thought. Attach to street gauge. Bosh. Or above 1.8. Unpause below that, because that should make it deep enough to pump out of there. These guys probably don't need to be there now because of how I've changed it. And hopefully this produces enough water and that off. Just set that to filter, to pump everything, but on a filter initially, just so it goes in clean. A little bit of contamination that went in there. We've got oodles of spare power. And And that will hopefully refill everything and keep that perpetually fuller, which will be good. Right, how are we looking down here? This is going in, which is good. So we've used all of the dirt, so let's bring in some dirt. But let's also yes, temporarily we could just delete the farmhouse. I know. I just want to get these things growing. We've got some planks and some logs so we can get that built. How's our canola farm doing? That's nearly kicked in. We have got some... Nope, we haven't got any canola now. So that will be good when that does kick in. This forest is up, so... and we've got a bunch of spare bots, so... Bots to work. You don't need to be there anymore because you were just to get the bulk of the planting done. Right, we are out of water to pump, but we apparently have 45 days left, so we should be okay. Go over here. They have plenty of water and food, which is cool. Blueberries are getting planted. Obviously someone had forgotten the need for those. This is working to some extent. Whether one is enough, I don't know. It's probably better once it's been refilled. Let's see if... So the swimming pools have been re-established, so we are okay. So that's pretty cool. And I quite like that it's greenifying this area. So that's all pretty good. Greenifying is a technical term. You may not be aware of that. Right. A few more blueberries to plant. They've got a little bit of canola stored up anyway, so should be okay. I'm wondering at what point we stop planting and just let natural spreadification happen. Let's just give that a little while. So, one of the other things I think would be kind of cool would be to regreen some of these areas that we've clearly, well, we haven't actually done anything to these, but these are clearly very dead. Dead is a good description of how these areas are. And maybe we start up here where we've cleared this out. So I think what we could do is let's pause the mine. We'll rip down this ruin, which we're sort of working on, but obviously not as quickly because we have beavers working on it. And I guess now probably a lot of our scrap metal storage has gone into here, which we don't have access to. So let's address that. And I think the way we address that is by coming over here. Let's put in a little tiny tubeway station just there. We'll get rid of those. And in fact, we'll get rid of that one as well. Staircase there so we can get all of it eventually. Detonate that. Let's... How far down we can go actually from there. Let's have a look, shall we? A little bit of underground scrap metal storage. Oh, okay, so that's the bottom. So ladders. Explosives. The path to happiness. Max. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3. Here. For scrap. Also for scavenger. All bots. Swap over to be bots. I guess I missed some clicks. Go. Back here. H for boom. Storage. Files, that's what we want. That's why I was confused. 1, 2, 3, 4. Scrap. 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 Supply. 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 Why do you think you're not connected? Is it because I didn't do that? Yes, yes it is. Okay, so they're just emptying the mine. That's a bit annoying. Oh well, we've still got a decent amount of space actually, so then what we needed to do is come in. So that stops irrigation and contamination, which is a little bit annoying. Spread of the contamination is quite bad. If we're looking to re-irrigate this stuff. No, this one's always going to be contaminated because we've got a bad water source here, and I don't really want to close it because it's generating our power. So I think probably we do want to put barriers along here. So let's come in with a path. So come down here. Quite that close. Permeable floor. Obviously, with the idea being that we will try and improve the landscape a little bit. If we come back over here, we can now plant the rest of the blueberries. We are going to need a spot for a gatherer flag. Okay, this has actually filled up rather nicely. To the point where I'm thinking that we might want to come in here, throw in a bit of a stream gauge to be able to control that guy. Right, they're all in, so let's put the farmhouse back. Job's good, and canola farm is now canola-ing, which means we've got a little bit of oil. Do wonder if we might be able to do a bit of a sneaky trick. That, yeah, that actually covers quite a lot of the farm doing that. Put that one on harvesting duty. I wonder if I put it even closer, if it'll make even more difference. So if I put it there. Don't know if that's going to work, but we'll give it a try. what's the worst that could happen, eh? It's an add-in, isn't there? They get out to build those. Looks like they can. What's that? Yep. Those, so I think we're okay. Set to harvesting. And can even throw some bots in there. Bots in there. Here. This is looking better. Yeah. I'm tempted to wait to see what it looks like. I guess it's better to see it when we've got the bad tide. Maybe we're just going to have to irrigate this artificially. Now we could do that with a bit of smarts, not necessarily common sense. So let's irrigation barrier around it. Like that. We'll do it quite coarsely. And what I'm thinking is we will build an irrigation system. Not today, because we are approaching the hour rather rapidly. Yeah, that's cool. That's going to help speed up things. What I think we do is we make an irrigation tank that sits above this. Some of the water goes into. Then it gets over here. If we put in by 3 there. Again, not planned. Never is it? I know, probably better if I did, but how we roll here. Into that, I need to ponder this a little bit. Ponder it a little bit. Right, that's working. That's got a bit of time to go. We can stop importing that. I think we need to have storage for berries up here for when we get them. But I think what we're going to do is do a little bit of an import of blueberries. just while we re-establish that crop. Otherwise, it's just going to be a bit of a pain having to keep importing beavers. I'd rather do this than import beavers, I think. That should do us, I think. Otherwise, these guys have got food and water. So they're doing okay. This new system is working and actually needs me to intervene with it. So attach to stream gauge. Bosch. Pause above. Unpause below. Yep, awesome. So that's going to fill up as well, and that will pause eventually. Yes, now. Set that to pump water. We don't need that one to filter anymore. Excellent. So yeah, I just need to work out how I'm going to do this and work around the water sources. So a little bit like we did before. I'll have to ponder. I'll have to ponder that one. But I think for now, we're going to call it a day. So thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video. So the plan is to keep alternating between the two series. Okay, and get rid of that now probably. So, yep, let me know thoughts, suggestions. Did you enjoy the video? Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. And I guess I will see you all next time.